Hi, I'm Rose Oatley, and today we're going to be making a delicious Chicken Alfredo Pasta Bake. Alright, to get started, you want to make sure that you buy either chicken breasts or chicken strips. I like to get these chicken strips because they're just a little bit easier to cut. We want to cut these in small bite-sized pieces. Once everything is cut, you want to place your chicken in a large Ziploc bag so that we can marinate it. And as always, since we're dealing with chicken, please be sure to sanitize your area to avoid any salmonella. For your marinade, add 1/3 cup of Italian dressing. A little bit of salt and pepper to your taste. Depending on the amount of chicken you have, you want to add between 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of thyme. And then we're also going to add 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of rosemary. You can also substitute the thyme and rosemary with this poultry seasoning. Sometimes I like to add all three. Today I'm going to also add a couple of shakes of poultry seasoning. You want to refrigerate and marinate for about an hour, and if you prefer, you can even leave it overnight. While our chicken is marinating, I'm going to grab some portobello mushrooms and we're going to be slicing these. And I always like to keep a wet paper towel. Even though I rinse my mushrooms, sometimes they tend to still have the dirt on the bottom, so I like to just wipe them down. And we're going to be using all of these mushrooms in this container. I like to cook a 16-ounce bag of frozen broccoli florets in my microwave for 5 minutes. It might not get cooked all the way, but that's fine because we're going to continue cooking it later. And some of these pieces are a little bit large, so I like to cut these in half. Alright, I'm going to put these back in a bowl and set them aside. Moving on, to a hot pan, you want to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Add your chicken. We'll cook these on medium to medium-high heat until your chicken is done. The smaller the pieces, the quicker it'll cook. Alright, it looks like my chicken is done, and I'm going to go ahead and transfer it to another plate temporarily. To the same pan, melt 4 tablespoons of butter. You want to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil, which may seem like a lot, but when you put the mushrooms in there, they're going to absorb all of the oil and butter. We can now add our mushrooms. Let's give this a quick mix, and if you can see, the mushrooms are already absorbing all the oils. Okay, let's go ahead and add a little bit of salt. This is to your taste, and we're also going to add a little bit of pepper to your taste. I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of this Italian seasoning. If you don't have Italian seasoning, you can go ahead and go with the thyme and rosemary and just add a teaspoon of each. Add 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. If you need it, you can also add a little bit more oil. We'll let this saute for at least a couple of minutes. My mushrooms are done, and I'm going to transfer these to another plate temporarily. I'm going to start boiling my water for my pasta, adding a little bit of oil so that my pasta doesn't stick. Okay, now we're ready for our sauce, and to the same pan we're going to add 4 tablespoons of butter. Now that our butter has melted, I'm going to go in with 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. I have already measured 5 tablespoons of flour that we're going to add in here. Now we're going to be adding 2 cups of half and half. Add 3 cups of milk. I like using a whisk so that everything gets mixed really well. Now we want to go in with some salt and pepper to your taste. 1 teaspoon of thyme and ½ teaspoon of rosemary. I'm going to start mixing it with my whisk. If you like, you can take some of your Italian seasoning that we just used and just sprinkle just a little bit on top. While my sauce is cooking on low to low medium heat, I'm ready to add my pasta, and I am using penne pasta. I like to use the Barilla brand, and you want to cook this according to your box directions. Alright, coming back to my sauce, we're going to add 1.5 cups of Italian cheese, 3 cheese blend, which is Parmesan, Romano, and Asiago. We're going to let this simmer for a few minutes so that the sauce can start thickening a little bit. In the meantime, you want to take a pan and spray it with some grease so that your pasta doesn't stick. Alright, coming back to our sauce, I'm going to go ahead and add all of my chicken in here, and then we're also going to add our mushrooms. And let's go ahead and turn off our stove. We're getting close to the ending. We want to add our pasta and get everything mixed in. Now we're ready to add all of our mixture into our pan. Uh-oh, I almost forgot my broccoli, guys. Let's go ahead and add this in, and then we'll get this all mixed in. Go ahead and top this off with our Italian 3 cheese blend. You can add a layer on top. You can add as much cheese as you want or as little as you want. I like a lot because I like mine cheesy. You want to bake at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. It is finally done, and it is smelling super delicious. To garnish, you can always sprinkle some parsley on top. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.